Hello Man TV are giving you the West Ham versus Wolves review. Before you talk about West Ham versus Wolves review, we have to talk about this handball rule. Now, I've watched the Tottenham match yesterday, and I watched the Palace match against Man United last week. The fact is, there was more handballs than we had this season, and it's only been game week 3 and last season. Now, to be clear, from the Man United versus Palace match, the Lindelof handball, the first thing when I was watching the match, the first thing I thought, wait, it hit his head. The amount of times I watched the penalty position, I always think, okay, it hit his head, it hit his hand. How can you give it a penalty if it hit his head? But once I watched it like more than once, you had the understanding that yes, he did hit his hand. For the afterwards West Ham penalty, you guys know it should have been a penalty. The Calvert-Lewin one against Palace, I thought it was a bit harsh on Everton for getting that penalty. I thought it was a handball, and yesterday's match, Tottenham versus Newcastle, Eric Dyer's handball. Now the thing is, what I understand from the rule from handball is that if player's hand is in an unnatural position, then the referee has to give it a penalty. If you look back at 2 seasons ago, Champions League, Kimpembe's handball against Man United. Yes, it was a handball because Kimpembe. The reason why it was handball because Kimpembe hit. His hand was in an unnatural position. Now, yes, I'm a massive Spurs hater, and it's funny to see when Spurs lose, but you can't understand. It's like we had this mistake before. We know what every single person feels about VAR, and I thought that wasn't a penalty. I thought it was harsh because if you look at it, Eric Dyer jumped. He jumped off during the time when Andy Carroll headed the ball. If Dyer didn't touch the ball, I don't think that would go in. I think Luis could have saved that. But the thing is, yes, Dyer's hands in an unnatural position. But if you jump, your hand's gonna be in an unnatural position if you jump. I do think VAR should change the rule of handball. I really think VAR should change it because, what's the point of watching football where we see teams getting, robbed by VAR? Why should we watch? Why should we watch? Is that saying why should we pay season tickets or the match tickets or paying Sky Sports or BT Sports where we see our team getting robbed? I think they should change the rule. The rule for me is that yes, the referee can't tell it's deliberate, but you can't understand is from the player that got hit by the ball, they'll know if it's deliberate. They'll know that that person is making handball was deliberate, but Dyer's handball was not deliberate. He jumped, but his hand was in a bad position. So I think it's pathetic how the new rules have changed, because if you compare to last season, like there was like 19 handballs. We got the third highest handball rates, right, compared to Serie A and Bundesliga. And now it's been 30 games total. 28 games total in all teams, and it's just like, isn't the same thing as cheating. Now Graham Souness in Sky Sports instead saying, "Oh, they're diving now. Strikers dive for a reason." Isn't it cheating when you get a handball and you get away with it? Newcastle got away with it, and for once, I do feel sorry for Tottenham. I really feel sorry for Tottenham. I don't think, again, it's just like if the FA and the UEFA are watching the Premier League matches and they see amount of penalties that's been given because of handballs, amount of silly mistakes that the referees make, and yet they still get paid. I don't know who the referee for the Tottenham game. I didn't watch the whole game. I only watched the second half. But it's simple knowledge that a referee the referee's not doing his job properly. He's never done, since VAR came to the Premier League. Actually, this is way before VAR. The problem with referees that sometimes that they don't know how to do their job properly. You can ask Mark Clattenburg. He's never done his job properly. The amount of times that we had Mark Clattenburg as a referee in our matches, and he cost us 3 points, or he cost us a competition, because of his favouritism. It's that same with Mike Dean. Mike Dean and Mark Clattenburg are the worst referees in the Premier League history, because they can't do the job properly, and yet they got paid. They should never have got paid for making dumb mistakes. That referee against Man United should not have got paid for that dumb mistake. And the referee from Palace versus Everton should not got paid. The referee against Arsenal against West Ham should not have got paid. To yesterday's match, official, he should not have got paid for the match he done against Newcastle. Because there are so many times where I've seen Tottenham Hotspur putting their hands in the back, acting like they're getting arrested. And the amount of times I've seen Tottenham players hand getting the ball. You got to understand this, that we're suffering from VAR decisions. We are already suffering from coronavirus, and now people like referees who can't control the game, who's going to the games, who's ruining the games, getting paid for the games, getting paid for the mistakes, yet they don't care about the match. They don't care what's happening in the match. They should be in control of the match, but they're not in control of the match. They just care about the money, and that's it. West Ham versus Wolves. Now, I'm happy 4-0 win against Wolves. Everyone's how can you predict that? 4-0, boom, bada boom, 4-0, 4-0 victory against Wolves. We deserved it. Wolves did not do anything. Look at Wolves against West Ham. They did not turn up. So I'm saying if you're applying for a job and you're 90 minutes late, they're not gonna get you. You're not gonna get paid. The person who turns up to work gets paid. You can turn up to, I don't know how far Molineux to London Stadium is. But it didn't feel like they turned up. And I'm glad that they didn't turn up because we deserved that 3 points. Fornals, that mistake he made, that shot he could have saved, we should have got more goals against Wolves. I feel like we should have got 5 or 6 goals. Even Declan Rice admitted it, that we should have got 5 or 6 goals. I feel like we need to keep this momentum going. Hunting season is continuing. Yeah, we beat Hull City 5-0. So 5-1. We just killed we just killed Tigers. We killed Tigers we just killed Tigers. We killed Tigers last Tuesday. And now the hunting season part 2, we killed Wolves. We're in it for the Premier League. People don't think that we're not in it for the Premier League. We're in it for the Championship, yeah. But if you look at our performance against Arsenal and Wolves, we just dominated the game. Yeah, fine, they've got the most positions, but we've won. To those people who said, West Ham are going to get relegated, even my brother said, okay, West Ham's got tough fixtures. West Ham has got, from Newcastle to Liverpool. The next fixture that you've got is, Fulham, and that's easy. Yeah, and I show them up. That's the thing. People judge us for having tough fixtures, but you don't see the team. You don't see the team that we put up. Fine, we have so many struggles in the Premier League. We have coronavirus, but we have shit owners, and I can admit that we do have shit owners. Any West Ham fan can say that we have shit owners. Any team, any fan in football knows that we've got the shittest owners in the world, but we still won. We shut Santos up. He was gobsmacked. He deserved to get gobsmacked. I was watching that performance. He's like, his mouth should be on the floor, on the carpet. Bowen and Antonio, these guys, whenever you don't see Bowen not getting the ball, you see Antonio getting the ball. When you don't see Antonio not getting the ball, you see Bowen getting the ball. Man of the match has to go to Bowen, scoring 2 goals. Bada bing, bada boom. He has to get man of the match. And we're 10th in the league. We went from 18th to 10th. I'm just glad that we won. The struggles we had, in the Premier League. We've had so many problems. And I'm glad that shut up the critics. I'm glad that we shut up the haters. Now, a lot of people are saying, West Ham are going to get relegated. I do think we're going to be in the relegation battle, but if you look at our performance against Arsenal and Wolves, we thrashed the Wolves. Last week, we scored 9 goals in total. We scored 5 against Hull City, 4 against Wolves. We put bullets. We just had shotguns on Hull City players because we just battered them 5-1. Then we, played against Wolves to Wolves. I'm happy. 3 points in the bag. First 3 points in this season. Look, it's fine, but we could, just because Wolves didn't turn up to our game, it doesn't mean that we can't turn up to our game. We just exploited them. Traore was our biggest threat, and we handled it. You look at the formation that Moyes done, 5-2-3. He used 3 fullbacks to make sure that, okay, if someone can't control Traore, we can use Masuaku. And Frederick's got injured, we still can use Masuaku. Masuaku is a massive threat as a fullback. He's a massive threat. He's a massive threat when it comes to defending. And left mid, he's got the pace, the tenacity, the hunger of getting the ball, going back and forward. Now, I never thought as Masuaku as a pacey player, but he is. And there was controversy on the first goal. Let me explain to you that I'm trying to understand that people are trying to say that Nuno Santos said that the ball was in the wrong position. Yes, it was a free kick, but it was in the wrong position. I disagree with you. The free kick was taken quickly. Again, I disagree with you because I feel like I think we have the right to take. We don't need a referee to tell us when to take the free kick. We should just take the free kick quickly, so that there's no controversial choice. We have to take we've got the free kick. It's not my fault that Willy Bolly got distracted and we got the 3 points. The thing is, Wolves made so many mistakes, and we have to exploit them. Once we're like the hunters. We hunt for animals. We are the predators, and they are the prey. Wolves were the prey. We were the hunters. We hunted for their mistakes. They made loads of signings, but we made sure that we'll pounce them. And they may have the fastest man in football right now, but we outsmarted Traore. We outsmarted the player of the year, Jimenez. They sold hot tough to Liverpool, I don't know why. But we won, they lost, get over it. Happy with the result, but disappointed with the whole handball situation, of course. Any fan in the Premier League will be upset with that. I'm upset with that. Any pundit in the Premier League would be upset with the rule. But look, I'm happy with the points. I'm happy with that. We've got 3 points. We don't have to worry about when are we gonna get the 3 points, because we're no longer West Ham fans no longer have to focus on not getting, and we keep losing until Fulham in November. Now we can focus on where we are now. We got the 3 points. Yes, fine, Wolves are angry with their performance, but this is West Ham. We have to exploit. We're a team that exploits people's weaknesses. It's like saying to kill Superman, you need to get kryptonite. Because Superman's weakness is kryptonite. Wolves' weakness was their 3 at the back. We are the kryptonite to Wolves' defense. Thanks guys for watching this video. Before I go, this whole hunting thing was an analogy. I don't really mean that I have killed whole City players. I'm not a murderer. I'm not saying that I killed Wolverhampton Wanderers players. It's just an analogy that people use a lot, and a lot of people, YouTubers, pundits from Sky and BT, they use analogies. That's why I'm using an analogy for today's game. So the headline today: Hunting season continues. Bang goes to the Tigers and goes to the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves. I'm happy. 2 games with a win. Leicester City next. I'm going to do a Leicester City preview on a Friday, review on a Sunday, match day. I know I haven't done a match day 3 and 2 predictions, but I've done good this week. I will do match day predictions next week. But a win is a win. Hunting season continues. I might do an Everton preview when I find out the date for Everton, because I'm not 100% sure when we have got Everton in the League Cup, but hopefully we go to Goodison Park and win. Take care guys, peace, I'm out, come on you Irons.